Hello there. Welcome to a series that I'll be calling Coding Shenanigans. It's a series which I'm starting on this show, which basically just I show you where my C++ game is at, and I also can ask for some suggestions, and also maybe I can also show you some code that goes behind all this stuff. Though at this point, my game is not very far. In fact, it's just as far as it was last time I showed it off in the thing. This is in the update video. This is all that my game is, because you can see I have a character here and he can move around. I can also make him run with the shift button. I use WASD to move him around. That's it. I also have all these sprites that say meh on it, and as a test I made them slightly transparent so you can see him through them. So that's what my game is at the moment, and I guess this episode will be about I'm not adding just a little bit to the game. Specifically, I want to make a background full of a sort of grass tile, so that it looks like my character is walking on something other than just the void, the empty blackness. That's not all that great, isn't it? Well, I have made a grass tile thing in like Photoshop, and that's what I want to use today. I want to create a sprite. So let's do this. Let's just take one of these and copy it and just place it over here. This whole thing here, this loads a texture, and then after that you can use a texture on a sprite. So you would do like this sprite thing, and then you set the texture to whatever you labeled the texture. So here, at the moment we have a texture called meh texture, because it loads that picture that says meh on it that I had sort of copy and pasted everywhere. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to replace it with grass instead. So I had put my grass tile into the file that I was going to, the file where I have all of my stuff for this game. So I'm just gonna grab that here. We have grass texture, and I'm going to label this texture not meh texture, but also grass texture, just like that. That should get us some good results. Let's see if this runs. Now this shouldn't really change anything that we see here. All it should change is that it loads a texture when the game starts. What is going on? Okay, cool. I'm not sure why it already has the grass texture here, but it does. That is interesting. Okay, and it's also colored blue, which is a thing. So this is also transparent just like the meh texture. And what's going on with that is that I had changed the color just to change that, I guess, just to see what I could do with it, see if it worked. And yes, it did. Although I am very confused as to why it already loaded the grass texture into the game and used that instead of the meh texture. Let's see about that, because it's set to use meh texture right over here. That's where it is. What's going on there? It's like that shouldn't happen. Oh, I see. Oh, maybe, I don't know. This shouldn't be, I don't know. So like I load the texture over here, but then I load this texture over here, but for some reason it's using this texture. It's not supposed to use the grass texture. What happens if I run it again? Will the same thing happen? I would guess so. But no, it's doing something different? The heck? No. It's exactly the same. What's going on? What if I replace this with grass texture then, or something? Constantly have to deal with weird errors like this. This is how coding works. This is what you have to deal with sometimes. It's like this is where it draws sprites. My mouse is acting up. There's that. There's also drawing this sprite. What the heck? Okay. So what happens if I try doing that now? If loading meh texture instead used the grass texture, what happens if I load grass texture as the texture? Nothing. Okay. There's just nothing. I don't know what's going on. Then what happens if I do this? If I load my character sprite instead, will that just have a bunch of him? Yes. does. Hello. So why is this happening? This is the weirdest thing. Errors can be weird sometimes. Like, I don't get why that's happening. Oh, I see. Meh texture. Here. That's the problem. Here, this one was going to be called Tezra, because that's the name of my character. And this meh texture would be called meh texture. So if I would try to load grass texture, instead it would just do that one instead. Anyway, I can fix this. It's like what this was doing was overwriting the texture as the grass texture PNG. So so that was weird. And yeah, a lot of coding is like dealing with things like this. Sometimes you just write something, but then or like copy paste something, but then forget to change something in whatever you copy pasted, and then that results in some strange stuff. Now, if we execute this code, it should give me the correct meh textures, just like regular. Yes. Now that we've got that figured out. So this stuff over here, that was I guess just to test out some things. But I don't think that we need that anymore. Well, wait, what the? Oh, I see. Don't think we need that anymore. Oh. Not gonna change any of that. I'm just putting it in comments. I'm just commenting it out because I don't know. I'm just keeping it there for looking at later to see if I am doing things right. I keep a lot of things like that just kind of there just in case I forget how to do something later. Like there's this, and this thing right here, it's like this little file here is entirely unused, and so I've just commented everything out here and said that this file currently does nothing, but I keep it here just in case I need it. Yeah. So anyway, commenting this stuff out will make the meh texture display as it's supposed to, because what I did was that I colored it blue. Oh, actually, I'm not gonna comment out this part of it. I want the origin to be set at 1616 because that's the middle. I want textures to be in the middle at the moment. I don't know whether I'll keep doing that. but if I would have kept that commented out, everything would shift by 16 pixels, and I wouldn't want that. So this part right here, this was coloring it blue and making it kind of transparent. So now if we run this, it should be just the regular color and the regular 0 transparency. And there we go. These things were originally orange. Now of course what this also does is makes it so that if my character goes under these, he cannot be seen. And so the easy way to deal with that is to just draw the sprite of my player after this for loop which draws the map. I don't know how I'll be drawing the map in the future because I don't really know how to do that all that well, but I'm just using these for loops to do that right now. And this should make it so that he goes over top of the other tiles. And there we go. He looks pretty dark compared to them. Alright, so now I'm just gonna do the thing that I wanted to actually do during this episode and change the texture to being the grass one. Because I wanted to do that. I also wanted to see how many tiles I would need to completely cover everything, like the whole thing. I'm not sure how many, so I'm just gonna slowly increase them until I have covered the entire window with grass tiles. Like this. Okay, so it looks like I just need like 2 more down here, and I don't know whether I over covered it or covered it just enough there. So I'm gonna see. Yeah, okay. 16 is perfect. Alright, that works out very well. So, yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to do with this episode. I'm not sure if I should just use these episodes to see how far I've gotten with this stuff. I'm making this grass kind of look a little bit pale, kind of reminiscent to a certain other game I've played. Also, it's not regular looking grass. It's also kind of a placeholder for now. Anyway, yeah. So the object of these episodes is, I think, just to show you where I'm at with coding this stuff, but maybe not. Maybe this will be the exclusive time that I will be building my game, just on the channel. But I don't know about that. I might just, in later episodes, just show you how far I had gotten since last time I made an episode. But I'm not sure. I might mix it up, and sometimes I'll have an episode where I actually do stuff. I don't know. I might do that. Well, I guess I'll just have to wait and see what I do later. But I guess that is something that's also up to you guys if you feel like commenting on it, if you feel like voicing your opinion. You can say what you would rather have in my episodes. So yeah, that just about does it. Thanks for watching. This has been the Coding Shenanigans.